What's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope we're all doing absolutely fantastic, and today, as usual, we're going to continue the book by Cicero on the ideal orator. It's going to be the 29th part of the third book, so let's get started. If you want to know my opinion about the learning that you mentioned, Catullus, I do not believe that a talented person who also keeps his eye on the forum, on the Senate House, on the courts, and on the state, needs as much time for these as has been spent on it by those who were still in the middle of their studies when they died. It is true for all arts that they are treated one way by those who turn them to practical use, and another by those who take so much delight in their actual treatment that they do not intend to do anything else in their lives. Our trainer of Samnite gladiators here is already extremely old and still practices his art every day. Of course, since there is nothing else that he cares about. Quintus Volasius, by contrast, learned this skill when he was a boy, but because he had a knack for it and had mastered the whole thing, he was, as Lucilius says, ever so good as Samnati himself in the game with the practice words, and tough enough to match for any man. But he devoted more of his efforts to the forum, his friends, and his personal property. Valerius used to sing every day, of course, since he was on the stage. What else was he to do? My friend, Marius Furius, by contrast, sings when it suits him, since he is the head of a household and an equus. As a boy, he learned what he had to learn about it. The same principle applies to the most important arts, which we are talking about here. We saw how Quintus Tibera, a man of greatest virtue and intelligence, devoted his attention to philosophy day and night. When you looked at his uncle Scipio, by contrast, you would barely have noticed that he was engaged in philosophy, though he certainly was. Right, guys. So, thank you for joining me in this reading session. See you tomorrow on the next part. Bye.